Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of us coming here to learn the language of the noble Quran. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us sadqa jariyah for our parents and make our children sadqa jariyah for us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq to learn the language of the noble Quran and then teach others. I welcome you, my respected sisters, to today's class. I hope you all are doing well. If you are able to hear me loud and clear, please give me some feedback in the chat window. And you know the host for you to send your messages is your answers, please write here. So if you could just let me know if you are able to hear me loud and clear, then inshallah we'll start the class. Barakallahu feek. Alhamdulillah. So inshallah we'll start our lesson. Today we will be doing lesson 3, chapter 2a. So today we will learn kana wa akhawatuhu. So if you remember, we have done in last lessons inna wa akhawatuhu, inna and its sisters. So inna has got 5 sisters altogether. In this group there are 5 particles. However, we have focused only on inna and we've touched upon a little bit on la'alla. That was for the previous lessons. This lesson, what we are going to learn is kana wa akhawatuhu. These are 13, right? In this group there are 13. You will find kana wa akhawatuhu. Kana 1 and then 12 others. But we are not going to learn all of this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on Shaykh Abdul Rahim. He is very gently introducing every concept. So we will only be covering Laysa today. We will only be covering Laysa today and we will try to understand Laysa fully. Once we understand Laysa, it means we have understood the others as well with a little bit of detail required, which will be covered inshallah in upcoming lessons when they will come in our text. So what is Laysa? Laysa is used for negation. So whenever you see some term, something, we need to know that what it is used for. Laysa is used for negation. What's the meaning of Laysa? Laysa means is not. Laysa means is not. So we understood Laysa is used for negation and the translation could be is not. What is Laysa? Is Laysa a verb? Laysa a noun? Laysa a particle? Remember, inna wa akhawatuha we've done, we said those are particles, those are huruf. Whereas Laysa is a verb. Now, verb is of 2 types. One verb is called al-fi'lu tam, complete verb, and another is called al-fi'lu naqis, the incomplete or deficient verb. What's the difference? The complete verb will have a fa'il, means it will have a doer. Every action must have a doer, right? Every action must there be somebody who is executing the action. So every verb will have a doer, and it is possible that there will be an object of that action as well. So I'll give you an example. If I say, Kataba Muhammadun, Muhammad wrote, you may ask, what did he write? So now we have a window here, we have opportunity here, we have a situation here where we have to give the maf'ulun bihi, the object of the verb on which the action was done. So I may say, Kataba Muhammadun ar-risala. Muhammad wrote a letter. Or if I say Daraba Hamidun, so you may ask, okay, Hamid hit, but who Hamid is hitting? So I'll say Daraba Hamidun Zaidan. Hamid hit Zaid. So here in this case, you need the doer and you also need to know on whom the action was carried out. And that thing is called object in English grammar. In Arabic, you will say maf'ulun bihi. But there are some verbs which do not require that. So if I say Nama Muhammadun, Muhammad slept, that's enough. If I say Dahika Muhammadun, Muhammad laughed, it's enough. He's laughing. Or Baka Zaidun, Zaid cried, is crying. Or Muhammad's laughing or somebody sleeping is not going to affect some third person. It is something which is inside of a person. So without going into much detail, you will have fail ta'am, complete verb, Some of the verbs will require the doer and the object of the action, as I just explained, and some will not require any object, only the doer is enough. However, there are some verbs which are called deficient, al-fi'l naqis. They cannot have a fa'il. They cannot have a doer, and hence they are called incomplete. Instead, they have ism and khabar. What do I mean by that? Let's see. So fail naqis verb, laysa is incomplete verb, right? So if I say, once again, kharaja zaidun is a complete verb, zaid left, or if I say kharaja, it means he left, right? So this is another example of complete verb. So you can say in both ways, kharaja zaidun, where you are mentioning the name of Zaid and saying Zaid left, or you may say kharaja dhahaba, means he left or he went. So now here, in this case, kharaja zaidun, the doer is apparent. You see the name, but in this case, he left. We don't know the name. We just know that the doer was a third person masculine. Or if we have discussed the name before, then we know that this damir which is hidden inside, the pronoun which is hidden inside in the kharaja, is pointing towards that person. Now, with laysa, as I said, laysa is a verb. So if I say laysa zaidun, the transition will become zaid is not. Is this complete? If I say laysa zaidun, doesn't give you any meaning. If I say nama zaidun, zaid slept, you understand that. So that's a verb which is a complete verb, right? But here we are talking about incomplete verb, laysa. So laysa zaidun means zaid is not. We will say what Zaid is not. Zaid is not a doctor. Zaid is not a student. Zaid is not a teacher. So I need to give you some information, right? I need to give you some information because right now this incomplete verb is not able to convey any complete meaning, any information. So it requires khabar to complete its meaning. I need to give you some information about Zaid. What is Zaid not? So if I say Laysa Zaidun Maridan, Zaid is not sick. Now you understand what I'm saying? If I just stop at Laysa Zaidun, you don't understand. But if I complete the sentence and say Laysa Zaidun Maridun, Zaid is not sick, now you are able to understand the meaning. So what do we know? We know that the meaning of Laysa is not. It is mostly used in the noun sentence and it makes following changes in the noun sentence. Does this sound familiar? Remember when we've done inna wa akhwatuha last time? We've done the similar thing. So with inna, you have ismu inna and khabaru inna. Laysa has same. The only difference is inna is a particle, whereas laysa is a verb. So what happens when you will have laysa coming into the sentence? It will make the changes in the i'rab. Mubtada will not be changed. Mubtada will remain marfu, but the khabar will be changed and it will become mansub. Last time, inna wa akhawatuha was different. Ismu inna was becoming mansub and khabru inna was remain unchanged. It means marfu. Here it is reverse. Ismu laysa is not getting changed. Rather, khabru laysa is getting mansub. So mubtada and khabar, their names will also be changed. So when laysa will come in a sentence, two things will happen. Changes in the i'rab and changes in the name. Mubtada will be called ismu laysa. Khabar will be called khabaru laysa. I don't want to keep going back and forth about inna wa akhawatuha because we have already studied this. So I hope you all know that inna, after coming with noun sentence, mubtada will become ismu inna and the khabar will be called khabaru inna. In laysa, we will call it ismu laysa and khabaru laysa. So what's going to happen? Let's say we have a sentence, al-kitabu jadidun, the book is new. But if you add laysa, what's going to happen? Laysa al-kitabu jadidan, the book is not new. The negation has been added to the sentence. The book is not new. And what other thing changed? If you carefully look here, jadidun was marfu in the original sentence because it's a noun sentence and the mubtada and khabar both are marfu. But what's happening here? After introduction of laysa, khabaru laysa got changed. Al-kitab is still marfu like it was before, but this time khabar has been changed. Khabaru laysa is mansub. I hope you are clear with that. If you are not, have a look at this, what we've done last time. Al-baytu jamilun, the house is beautiful. When it was inna, What did inna do? Inna changed al-baytu, in other words, mubtada into mansoob. So ismu inna became mansoob and khabaru inna remained same the way it was, yani marfu. But here what Laysa is doing, Laysa is not touching mubtada. Mubtada, the Arab of mubtada was marfu, so still it is marfu, al-kitab. Only the name is changing to ismu Laysa. But when it comes to the khabar, the Arab of the khabar has been changed. It has become mansoob now, but you can't say it's a khabar mansoob because khabar is marfu. Khabar of laysa is mansoob, so you will say khabaru laysa mansoob. It's jadidan here. I hope it is clear. We'll do more exercises. Things will get very, very clear, inshallah. Don't worry. So once again, al-kitabu jadidun is our, al-kitab is muqtada and jadidun is the khabar. When we add laysa, what's going to happen? Have a look at this. Laysal kitabu jadidan. The book is not new. So what is the grammatical analysis? How we write the Arab? For laysa, we will say it's fi'lun naqisun. What did we say for inna? Harf tawkidin wa nasbin, because it was adding emphasis, right? And it was making the upcoming word mansub. Here for laysa, it's sufficient to say failun naqis, because with the fail naqis, we know it's going to be ism and khabar. It's not going to be fa'il and maf'ul. There'll be no doer and there'll be no object. The names will be ismu laysa and khabaru laysa. So laysa is fail naqis. Al-kitab is ismu laysa marfu. You can say marfu if you want to. If you don't want to say, you can omit it. But since we are learning, it's best that we repeat these things. Ismu laysa marfu. And when we talk about inna, we say ismu inna mansub. So if we keep repeating that, then inshallah we'll be able to remember these things in long run. For jadidan, we'll say khabaru laysa mansub. So you see, jadidun was our original khabar, which was marfu. After laysa, it became mansub. So it is very simple. I hope everybody understand that really it is nothing difficult in that. Laysa is used for negation. It means not. It changes mubtada's name and make it ismu laysa. It changes the name of the khabar and make it khabaru laysa, and also changes the i'rab of the khabar and make it mansub. So we have seen that already. Laysa al-kitabu jadidan, the jadid is mansub and al-kitab is ismu laysa, which is marfu, right? However, there is one more thing. When we talk about the sentence of laysa, it could be like that, where the khabar will be mansoob, as you can see, or it is also possible that your khabar is a phrase khabar. How so? Look, laysa is fail naqis and then came al-kitabu. But now with the jadid, harf jar ba has been added. So it is bijadidin. What will be the analysis? Before that, we said khabar laysa. Now, this is not a simple khabar, this is a phrase khabar. And we know that what is phrase khabar? Phrase khabar is the combination of harf jar and ism majrur. So, for example, if we are talking about some other things, just to explain, for explanation, if I say ana fil masjidi, so ana is mubtada, fil masjidi is shibul jumla khabar. So fi is harf jar, al masjidi is ism majrur. Together they are becoming the phrase khabar. We have studied long time back that phrase khabar means, shibul jumla means something similar to jumla. So when we hear the word phrase in the masjid, we are not sure what is in the masjid. We know it's a sentence, it makes sense, but still we need to know more because we cannot fully understand. So if I say Zaidun fil masjidi, Ana fil masjidi, At-talibu fil masjidi, so it makes sense. Hence we say this is a phrase. We don't say it's a sentence because it's not giving a complete meaning. So this was just on the side. I was just trying to explain once again what is the phrase, if any of one of us have forgotten that. So coming back to this slide, what do we know from this slide? That when Laysa will be coming to the sentence, there are two possibilities. That the Khabru Laysa will be mansub, as we can see here. But if Khabaru Laysa has got harf jar before that, then it will not be mansub, it will be majroor here. There is more detail to the Arab of that, but we are not going into that. We'll do that inshallah in advanced lessons. For now, you can simply say jar wa majroor shibul jumla khabar laysa. You don't say only khabar laysa, because now if you say khabar laysa, then khabar laysa is mansub. So if it is not mansub, then you have to explain the reason why it is not mansub. But if you write jar majroor shibul jumla, it will be automatically understood that this is the reason khabar laysa. You can see here in the majrur form. So I hope it is clear. right? Khabar of Laysa can come in two form. It can come in one word or it can come in two words, which is the combination of harf jar and ism majrur. I hope it is clear. So khabrul laysa can be a single word or a phrase. Khabar, I'm repeating many times, sisters. So if somebody has got any difficulty, they can, just overcome it, inshallah. And still, if you find you need to go back again, please do watch the recordings. For me, it's to repeat things will just elongate the class. So what do you understand? Mubtada becomes ismu laysa and khabar becomes khabaru laysa as far as the names are concerned. And we've already seen the Arab ismu laysa will remain marfu and khabaru laysa will become mansub. Now, if you remember, when we done Ismu Inna was coming in two forms, right? Ismu Inna could be a noun, so we could say in after Inna Zaidan Talibun, or it could be a pronoun Innahu Talibun, right? There were two possibilities. We could say Zaidun Talibun, original noun sentence. We add Inna, we make Zaidun into Zaidan, say Inna Zaidan Talibun. Surely Zaid is a student. But what if we want to use pronoun? I hope everybody understand that why do we need to use pronouns? Because if I say Zaid came or Zaid visited my house, then I say Zaid sat, Zaid drank, Zaid had a chat with me, Zaid did this and he did this. You see, automatically I'm using the word he. You keep using somebody's name over and over again. This is the usage of pronoun to make it brief and to make it easy. So you will not say all the times that you will simply say Zaid came to my house, he sat, we chatted, he drank, then he left for the masjid, then he came back again. So I'm using the word he all the time. I'm not using over and over again his name. This is what the usage of pronoun is. So if in a sentence Zaid has in a paragraph Zaid has been used few times, or one time at least in the beginning, you can simply use the pronoun. So what do you do if you want to say huwa talibun? You have to bring a pronoun because now you are changing your huwa talibun noun sentence where your mubtada is damir into ismu inna because you're bringing inna. So you came up with the damir. But the question is, which pronoun did you choose? You chose pronoun from this list, which we have studied in detail, right? What's going to happen with Laysa? Ismu Laysa is possible, can be a noun. So Laysat Fatimatu Tabibatan. Fatima is not a doctor. Or Ismu Laysa can be a pronoun, exactly like Ismu Inna. So I don't really need to explain that to you in detail. You understand that Ismu Laysa can be a Ism Zahir. Laysa Zaidun Maridan, for example, Zaid is not sick, or it could be a pronoun. So if it's a pronoun, the only thing which I'm trying to explain is if it's a pronoun, this time pronoun will be used from this list, not from this list. These are the pronouns we use for mansoob and majroor. You remember that? When we make mudaf mudaf ilay, or we have a harf jar before that, or they come with ismu in, or they come with inna as ismu inna. So these pronouns can come as mansoob or majroor. Here we need a marfu pronoun. Why? Because ismu laysa is always marfu. Look, Fatima too. It's not Fatimata. So if I'm replacing Fatima with a pronoun, I need a pronoun which can sit in the chair of marfu. We know one pronoun which can sit in the chair of marfu. Huwa, huma, hum. You see that list of pronoun, detached pronoun? Those are marfu pronouns. We have seen that in previous classes. The only problem is we cannot use that pronoun with the laysa because those pronouns are called detached pronouns. You cannot attach them to a word, right? And with laysa, you need to connect a pronoun in spelling which is written with it, connected with it. Muttasil, you cannot have it munfasil. So that's why we have to pick the pronoun from this list. Which is this list? I hope you all know that. These are the pronouns which are marfu pronouns, and we attach them with the verb. And when they're attached with the verb, with the normal verb, they play the role of a fa'il. They play the role of a doer. So if I say zahabta, means you, one male, went. If I say zahabtu, I went. If I say zahabna, we went. So with the regular verb, when you attach this pronoun, it tells you who is the fa'il, who is the doer. But with laysa, when you attach it, it tells you this is ismu laysa you are talking about. We'll see in more detail and you will understand that. Only thing you need to understand in this slide is that when you want to use pronoun with the laysa as a ismu laysa, you will choose your pronoun from this list. And which is this list? This is the list you have memorized long time ago. This is the list of pronouns which we attach with the past tense verb. I hope it is clear. Once again, laysa, ismu laysa can be a noun, ismu laysa can be a pronoun. If it's a noun, it will be zahir, as you can see the name. If it's a pronoun, then you will choose the pronoun from this list according to your need or requirement. So I hope it is clear, sisters. Now, I want you to pay attention to one thing. Today's class is half almost done and we are still in the explanation, but I hope it will be much, much beneficial. There's one thing you need to see, and I want you to pay attention. Look at this is the same pronouns list which we have seen in the last slide. Kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, kharajat, kharajata, kharajna, kharajta, kharajtuma, kharajtum, kharajti, kharajtuma, kharajtunna, kharajtu, kharajna. I want you to come to number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to 6. Look at this verb. How many letters are there? 4. Kha, ra, and jim. These are the root letters. Kharaja, the actual letters of the verb. And then this noon, we know it means we are talking about third person, plural, feminine. And then we have ta. This ta pronoun is for you. But look at the, how many letters are there? Kharaja, all 3 letters, only one change is happening. Kharaja, when you say kharaja, the first form of the verb, all 3 letters has got a fatha. But what is happening after 6th onwards here is in the conjugation, the last letter of the verb is getting sukoon. Last letter of the verb is getting sukoon. Come to Laisa. Laisa has got 3 letters, lam, ya, and sin, right? So Laisa, Laisa, Laisu, Laisat, Laisata. Very fine. Come to the 6th one, lasna. Where is ya? Where is ya gone? Look, kharajna, you have all 3 letters of the verb, kharaji, and then the noon of the pronoun. Kharajta, you have all 3 letters of the verb, kharaji, and the ta of the pronoun. What is happening? Lasna, where is ya gone? Lasta, where is ya gone? Lastuma, lastum, in all of these ones, after number 6, you will see that the ya of the verb has been deleted. There are only 2 letters, lam and sin. Originally, it was lam, ya, and sin. Where is si, ya gone? Arabic is very scientific language. It doesn't just went out of the window for nothing. There's a reason for that. I don't want to discuss that reason and open up a new discussion here. Yeah. So all I'm requesting you is that memorize this conjugation for now. In the future lessons, we will see where the ya is gone and why ya has disappeared from here. For now, I would request you, like you have memorized hopefully before, kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, or if you have memorized the verb dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, you don't need to memorize all the verbs in the world. Just memorize one table like this one, kharaja, kharaja, kharaju, kharajat, kharajata, kharajna, kharajta, kharajtuma, kharajtum, kharajti, kharajtuma, kharajtunna, kharajtu, kharajna. Any word will be given to you, dhahaba, you will just close your eyes and say dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahaba, dhahabata, dhahabna, and you will carry on. If I tell you akala, I will say akala, akala, akalu, akalat, akalata. You will continue with that. So you just need to memorize one type of the table for one particular type of the verb. All the verbs will fit on that table. So it's just one time effort and then you are free. For this laysa, I would suggest you to do same thing, sisters. Read it 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 50 times, whatever many times you think you need. Read it out loud and then just memorize them. Laysa, laysa, laysu, laysat, laysata, and here change. Lasna, lasta, lastuma, lastum, lasti, lastuma, lastunna, lastu, lasna. Just memorize that. Don't ask me for anything. That where is the ya gone? We will discuss that in future lessons. Here, English translation is also given. So if you think that looking at English translation while you're memorizing will be helpful, do that. This is very, very important, sisters. Please don't ignore this request. Examples from the Quran. You will find laysa in the Quran many times. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أليس الصبح بقريب. Laysa, meaning of not, right? Laysa, and after Laysa, Ismu Laysa is marfu, as you can see. What about Khabru Laysa? Khabru Laysa here is a phrase khabar. Harf jar ba is there, and hence you can see this kasratain coming here. Likewise, here as well, Laysa is coming, Ismu Laysa is marfu, bi'alama. Now, ba is harf jar, why alama is not getting kasra? We'll discuss that inshallah in future lessons. For now, just remember that Ismu Laysa will be mansoob and Khabru Laysa, Ismu Laysa will be marfu and Khabru Laysa will be mansoob. If it's harf jar coming with Khabru Laysa, then it will be Shibul Jumla. Here, lasta alayhim bimusayti. You are not a watcher over them. You'll find laysa many times in the Quran. Here we have more examples. Inna Allah laysa bidhallamin lil abid. Look, here laysa is coming. Where is the ismu laysa? Ismu laysa is huwa. Ismu laysa is huwa, because when only laysa is mentioned and ismu laysa is not given, it means ismu laysa is hidden inside. For example, if I say dhahaba, where is the doer? It is hidden. We always say dhamir mustatir, hidden pronoun. It is referring to what? He. So I'll say dhahaba, he went. Kataba, he wrote. Somebody may say, but with kataba, it's not written huwa kataba. If it's huwa kataba, it's simple. You say he wrote. But kataba also means he wrote. We will only say that in the first form of the verb, the pronoun is always hidden. And that is pointing towards male doer. If it's a female doer, what will be the sign of that? Who can tell me? What will we add with kataba if the doer is a feminine and doer is not mentioned? Very good. Katabat. She wrote. Dhahabat. She went. Kharajat. She left. This ta is not a pronoun. This ta is only telling us that the doer is feminine. For the rest of the verbs, we have seen the list. You attach the pronoun accordingly, and that will tell you who is the doer. That was for normal verbs. With the laysa, you will not say it's a doer. With dhahaba and kharaja and kataba, you will say, where's the doer? You will say doer is huwa or here, according to what is the verb form. Here you will say ismu laysa is huwa. So still the pronoun hidden is there, but the name is no more a fa'il because it's laysa, and laysa does not have a fa'il. Laysa has ismu laysa and khabaru laysa. So I hope it is clear. You can see that in detail. Look here once again. Laysa min ahlik. So laysa, where's ismu laysa? Ismu laysa is huwa. Laysa huwa min ahlik. Look at the transition. He is not of your family. So what is the transition of laysa is coming here? He is not of your family. Yeah. You can say it is because of the inna. Innahu, surely he is not of your family. But if you want to do the grammatical analysis, laysa, you will say ismu laysa is huwa, which is hidden inside laysa. And there are other examples here as well. You can see them in your own time. Now, if you could please open your textbook and we will start the chapter. You see, sister, this is how this level is done. We don't want to start the chapter straightforward, because if we start the chapter, you are not able to understand the concept. We finish the chapter and then we go back to the concept, it will be of no use. It's best that you understand the concept, and then as we go along the chapter, we point out where are those concepts being used, and you can see their practical usage. So chapter 2, here we go. Ad-Dars Thani, the second lesson. Sorry, I'm saying it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a dialogue between Hisham and Bilal. Peace be upon you and Allah's mercy and His blessings. So Bilal is saying, wa alaikum assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And peace be upon you and Allah's mercy and His blessings. Kayfa haluka ya akhi? How are you, O my brother? Manil akh. Manil akh. Who is the brother? So they have somebody else with them, and Bilal is asking about that person. So this is a polite way of asking who is that person. Saying who is he? And you don't call he and she. And this is, when you are giving respect, you don't use the he, you use proper titles, and that's giving respect. So he's saying manil akh, who is the brother? Or you could also ask somebody and you can say, who are you? But who are you can sound, as you can even in English, who are you can sound depending on how you were saying and how other person is pursuing. how is they are actually taking, it could sound a little bit harsh at times. So this is just a nice way of asking, like you ask someone and say, what is your name? Or you say, may I know your good name, please? So both situations, what you are asking for person's name, but you're not just being blunt and saying, what's your name? You're saying, may I ask you good name, right? So this is just a way of asking the name. So you're saying, Manillah, who is the brother? So Hisham is answering. One thing I would like to mention here, look at this. Man has got a sukoon, and then al-akh has also got lam has got a sukoon. So there's a problem here. What is this problem called? This problem is called iltaqai sakinain. What is iltaqai sakinain? For you, in order for you to continue the sentence, continue the words, you must have a vowel sign. And vowel sign is with which the sound moves up, down, or round, whether it's a fatha, kasra, or dhamma. Without it, you'll just stuck. So if I say man, then man, I can't continue. Man, what do I do? So what I'm going to do? So the rule of Arabic language is that if there's a sukoon coming on the next letter and you have a letter with the sukoon here, you will give a kasra so you don't break the sentence. Because if I don't do this, then what will I say? I will pronounce it like this: man Allahu. Why I'm giving pause, man, stopping for a second and then saying Allahu? Is there a comma? No, it's a continuous sentence. I can't stop like that. So I will say manil ahu. So this noon has a sukoon, this lam has a sukoon. So what we'll do to join this both words together so we can continue the speech without breaking, without giving unnecessary pause, we'll say manil akh. Who is the brother? So Hisham is saying ana mudarrisun jadidun bil jamiati. I am a new teacher at the university. Ismi Hisham. My name is Hisham. Ana minal wilayatil Muttahida. I am from the United States. You, once again, min is actually mim with the kasra and nun with the sukun. Min. And then next word has got lam. So minal wilayat. So this time we are adding fatha on the noon and joining them. Now you may say, how will I know it is manil or minal? So when you will see the word, you will know that if it's min, then you will say minal. If it is man, then you will not say manal, you will say manil. Now, somebody say, if there are no vowel signs given, how will I know that? Simply you look at the sentence, right? You can't say minal akh from my brother and put a question mark. So you clearly know this question mark is telling you that this meme and noon is not harf jar, which means from. This man is for the question. You remember in the beginning, we've done ma and man to ask the questions. Ma is used for things and man is used for human beings, or in other words, rational beings. So this is how you understand. If there are no vowel signs given, you need to look at the whole sentence to understand. You need to look at the punctuation marks. I hope you are getting that. Then Bilal is saying, Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bika ya akhi. Bilal is saying, welcome to you, O my brother. Now, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban, a very beautiful phrase in Arabic language. It has got a long detail, meaning you are like our family and things will be made easy for you. But in English, you will simply say welcome. As far as the detail of that, inshallah, we'll do it in some future lessons. For now, just understand all three words in Arabic, you could just say welcome and you can get away with that. Whereas this is a very nice way of welcoming somebody, right? But in English, it's just you say welcome and this will cover the meaning, but it will not give you the flavor of this. If somebody will tell you ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban, and if you know exact meaning of ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban, you will feel really honored. Ana masrurun bi liqa'ik. I'm happy to meet you. Ana zamiluk. I am your classmate. Ismi Bilal ibn Hamid. My name is Bilal, son of Hamid. Now, the actual word for son, as we know, in Arabic is ibn. Ibn, right? Ibn Hamid, son of Hamid. Ibn Umar, we read in the Sunnah many times, son of Umar. Ibn Zaydin, son of Zayd. Why this alif is not written here? By the way, all of this, what you see, this is not done by me. I have taken off from the internet. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless that brother who has put this hard work of putting all the vowel signs, doing the translations, writing the remarks wherever they are. And this is, alhamdulillah, brilliant thing. and it saves a lot of time, because if you have to do that, translating and writing and doing these markings, it takes a long time to prepare the lessons. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the brothers. I ask you all to make lots of dua for our brother. I mean, okay, so coming here, so spelling of the ibn, the son, is Hamzatul Wasl, ba, and then nun. So ibnun, ibnun. Why ibnun is not written here? We know the rule of Hamzatul Wasl, that if it is sandwiched between two words, then you will not pronounce alif. Fair enough, we know that, right? So if it is Hamzatul Wasl is written there and there's a word before that, then we will simply ignore it. For example, here what we have done, minal wilayati, we didn't pronounce this alif here. We said minal, minal. We joined with the lam. Alif is not being pronounced. However, if there's nothing before that, then we would say al wilayat al muttahida. I hope everybody remember that. We have done so many times. Here, why is it not coming? So the beauty of Arabic language, once again, will be apparent in front of us, inshallah. Just by looking at this one, Bilal ibn Hamid will tell you that Bilal is the son of Hamid. So when the word ibn is coming between the two nouns, two names, and they have the actual relationship of son and father, then this Hamzatul Wasl will not be present in the pronunciation, and it will not be written as well. Somebody may say, what are you saying? When the word ibn is written, so and so is son of so and so, then of course is son of it. So how will Hamzatul Wasl not be there? Because is there a situation where you write son and then he's not a son of somebody? Yes, Ibn Adam, son of Adam alayhi salam. So this is the generic thing, right? And sometimes in Arabic, some other things are used as well. There's some names given to people. Somebody has got maybe fond of something. So somebody else say Hamid, Ibn, etc., etc. Maybe somebody likes to laugh a lot. Somebody likes to eat a lot. So you can just say, right? In that case, Ibn will be with Hamzatul Wasl, though you will still not pronounce Hamzatul Wasl of Ibn, because there's a word before that, but it will be at least there in writing. At least there in writing. But here, you see what is happening? Here you can see Bilal and Hamid, they are actually in relationship of son and father, so this Hamzatul Wasl is neither in writing nor in speech. I hope it is clear. Then, Washington, Anta ya Hisham. Are you from Washington, or Hisham? Now comes our Laysa. Hisham is saying, La, ana lastu min Washington. Where is this lastu? Translation, I am not from Washington. This two is what? This two is Ismu Laysa. Where is this coming from? It's coming from here. What was for ta? Tu, T, ta for you one male, T for you one female, and two for me, male or female. So less two, so Laysa has become less. Absence of ya, as we have discussed before. So this is basically originally Laysa, and then two is coming. So means I am not, as you can see in the translation. Where is the khabar Laysa? Min Washington. Min Washington. This is a khabar, which is a phrase khabar. Somebody may say min is coming here. Why there is no kasara here? Because this is a foreign word. We've studied mamnu min as-sarf, remember? Foreign names do not accept tanween. This is a deep thought. This to bit, but in the Arab we will say jar majrur khabar laysa, but it's not showing. We will write more detail. وعلامة جره الفتحة, and the sign of majrur is fatha, and then say why? لأنه min mamnu min as-sarf, because it is from diptor. But let's not go into that and focus on laysa for today. Inni min New York. I am from New York. Once again, min is coming, but New Yorkie, no, because it's a foreign name. So New Yorker, it will be written the way it is. Then Bilal is saying, a Muslimun abuka ya Hisham. Is your father a Muslim, or Hisham? So Hisham is saying, La, huwa laysa bi Muslimin. No, he is not a Muslim. So if I ask you, sisters, in this laysa, you see word sentence with the laysa will have a ismu laysa, and khabru laysa. Where is ismu laysa? Who can tell me? Please write if you can in your chat box, or at least write in your notebooks as we've discussed before, so we can verify afterwards whether our understanding or our guess was correct or our answer was correct or not. Ismu laysa is hidden, so it'll be laysa bi muslimin. He is not Muslim. Look, you, if you want to do word to word translation, you say no, he is not Muslim. But in English, you will not repeat it like that. No, he is not Muslim. But in Arabic, you understand if you do word to word translation, and this translation is a spoken English translation with the structure of English language in mind. In Arabic, it is written like this. If you do into English, the word to word translation, you'll not be able to understand, or you will think, oh, there's a mistake, but there's no mistake here. La huwa laysa bi Muslimin. No, he is not a Muslim. Laysa is our fail naqis. Ismu laysa is huwa, and bi Muslimin is shibul jumla khabar laysa. And then Bilal is saying, wa ummuka, and your mother, a muslimatun here, is she a Muslima? So Hisham is saying, la hiya laysat bi muslimatin. No, she is not a Muslima. So laysa is our fail naqis. This ta is just telling us that this is ta'u tanis. Don't say that this is the pronoun. This is not a pronoun. This is just a ta'u tanis. Where is the ismu laysa? Ismu laysa is hidden in the laysa. And what is that? It's here. It's she. How do we know it's he, it's she and not he? Because of this ta connected here, right? Laysat bi muslimatin. Once again, the khabar of laysa is coming as a phrase khabar. Alaka abna'un ya Hisham. Bilal, do you have sons, O Hisham? So Hisham is saying, Naam, li sittatu abna'in. Yes, I have 6 sons. So sittatu is mudaf and the ma'dud is mudaf ilay. As we know, numbers from 3 to 9 goes like this. Number is a mudaf and the what we are counting is mudaf ilay. I have one question. Sittatu, why is it feminine? It's feminine because of abna'in. Do we look at abna'in? Because if you look at abna'in, it looks like it's a masculine, so we make the number feminine, right? They both go opposite to each other's gender. Is that right, sisters? If you think this sittatu, feminine, the number is in the feminine form because this word abna'in is masculine. This is why this is feminine. Please press 1. If you think, no, this is not the case, that why this is feminine, it's not because of abna'in, there could be some other reason, please press 2. 1, I'll repeat the question. If you think this number is in the feminine form, because what we are counting here, it appears to be masculine, press 1. If you think, no, this is not the reason, please press 2. Well done. Number 2, because we don't look at this word. This is not the reason for us to decide whether the number should be feminine or masculine. We should look at the singular form of the word. We don't look at the plural form. Here we will always have a plural form. So we look at the singular. What is singular? Ibnun. Has that any ta marbuta there? No. So that's a masculine word. Masculine, what we are counting. Our madud is masculine. So our number will be feminine, and hence we have number with ta marbuta here. I hope you understood that this lastu came from this pronoun, and this laysat, this ta was this tautani is coming from there. Continuing with the exercise. Bilal, then Bilal is asking, Atullabun hum, are they students? So look, what is Hisham saying? La hum laysu bitullabin. No, they are not students. Look, laysa is coming. What is ismu laysa here? Who can tell me, sisters? It's a pronoun because there's no name mentioned after it. So which pronoun? This wow, wawul jama'a. Look, wawul jama'a. Laysu, kharaju, dhahabu. What do we say? They went, they left, they are not. So they is represented by this wow. So this is our ismu laysa. What is ismu laysa? In this case is they, and as you can see in the translation, no, they are not students. Laisu bitulla bin. Inna, here comes our inna. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on the Shaykh Abdul Rahim. Look how beautifully he is bringing both concepts together so we can understand and revise. Inna ba'dahum tujjarun. Indeed, some of them are merchants. Look at this. Ismu inna is always mansoob, and khabru inna is always marfu. In laysa, it is reverse. Ismu laysa is marfu, and khabru laysa is mansoob. In inna, ismu inna is mansoob, and khabru laysa is marfu. So ba'da hum. There are two words. Ba'da is mudaf and hum is mudaf ilayh. But we are concerned with ba'da. Ba'da has got a fatha. This is ismu inna, and tujjarun is khabaru inna. وَبَعْدَهُمْ مُهَنْدِسُونَ. And some of them are engineers. So Bilal is saying, أَلَكَ بَنَاتٌ. Do you have daughters? Hisham is saying, Na'am. Li khamsu banatin. Yes, I have 5 daughters. So khamsu, why the number is masculine here? Because what we are counting is feminine. We are not going to look at this word. We are going to look at the singular of that. What's the singular of banat? Bintun, ending on the. And the meaning is also giving the feminine meaning, right? Daughters means feminine. So your number you will choose in a masculine form. Li khamsu banatin. And then Bilal is saying, Amutazawwijatun hunna, are they married? So Hisham is saying, La hunna lasna bimutazawwijatin. No, they are not married. Lasna. So where is our laysa? This is actually our laysa, which has become las. Ya is gone. Why? As we said, we will discuss in future lessons. So remember, every time you will join a pronoun to laysa from number 6 onward in your list of pronouns, you will delete ya. You will delete ya. Hunna lasna bimutazawwijatin. No, indeed they are. No, they are not married. Innahunna sigharun. Indeed, they are young. You see, inna is our harf tawheed wa nasb, and ismu inna is always mansoob. So this hunna, this pronoun is mansoob, and khabru inna is always marfu. So sigharun is marfu. Ba'duhunna fil madrasati. Some of them are madrasati ibtidaiyati. Some of them are in the elementary school. وَبَعْضُهُنَّ فِي الْمَدْرَسَةِ الْمُتَوَسِّطَةِ. And some of them are in the middle school. So Bilal is saying, أَلَكَ إِخْوَةٌ. Do you have brothers? Hisham is saying, La laysa li ikhwatun. No, I don't have brothers. So where is khabrul laysa? Laysa li ikhwatun. Who can tell me where is khabrul laysa, sisters? And ismu laysa. First tell me where is ismu laysa. Is the li ismu laysa or ikhwatun ismu laysa? Or let me just flip it and make it easy. Is the li khabaru laysa or ikhwatun is khabaru laysa? Think whichever way is easy for you to understand. Ikhwatun is the ismu laysa and li is the khabaru laysa. How? Take the laysa out. Put only li ikhwatun. Li ikhwatun. What kind of sentence is that? It is a noun sentence. Where is mubtada? Mubtada is ikhwatun. Where is the khabar? Khabar is li. In this case, mubtada is muakhar. Mubtada is delayed and khabar is early. Why? Because two reasons here. Because our khabar is the phrase khabar and our mubtada do not have alif and lam. Let's take another example what we did in the past. At-talibu fil fasli. The student is in the classroom. Conventional sentence. But if I take alif lam from the talib, what will happen? Fil fasli talibun. Fil fasli coming in advance now. Fil fasli coming in the first position. This is a khabar, but it's called khabar muqaddam. Khabar came in advance. And talibun is gone afterwards. Why? Because talibun is nakira now. It's no more marifa. There's no alif lam. And the khabar also happens to be phrase. So it will be the case of delayed mubtada and early khabar. So if you take the laysa out and li ikhwatun, this is the same case. This is ikhwatun is your mubtada and li is your khabar. So after laysa, what's going to happen? What is the ismu laysa? Mubtada plays the role of ismu laysa. So this is your ismu laysa. And your khabar here is li, which is phrase khabar coming as khabarul laysa. Another way to find that out is ismu laysa is always marfu. So is li marfu? Li cannot be marfu. Li is a phrase khabar. Ikhwatun is marfu. This also tells you oh, this is ismu laysa. So it could be actually in asl, it is laysa ikhwatun li. But because of this uh, delayed mubtada and early khabar, they have changed the placement. Same example here. Inna li thalatha akhawatin. Indeed, I have three sisters. Take the inna out. Look at this sentence. Li thalatha akhawatin. What's happening here? Same situation. What you were having in the beginning is your khabar and thalatha akhawatin. Thalatha is your mubtada and it's mudaf and akhawatin is mudaf ilay. Because thalatha do not have any alif and lam, so this mubtada has been pushed ahead, and khabar, because it was shibul jumla khabar, phrase khabar, so it is coming in the beginning. Now only thing happening is that inna is coming here, inna is giving us tawqid. Before inna it was thalathu, but now because it's inna is there and this is ismu inna, so ismu inna is becoming mansub. Inna li thalatha akhawatin. I hope it is clear. If you think you have forgotten, please go back to the previous lessons or go to your notes, and I hope that you will remember that. We've done it in detail, what is delayed mubtada and early khabar. This is the benefit of revising, sisters. If we keep revising, you will find that when things will actually show up, you'll say, oh, yes, I knew it. I studied that. Oh, yes, that's the case. You'll not be thinking, oh, you know what? I don't know what is that. So then Bilal is continuing the conversation. A muslimatun hunna? Are they Muslims? Hisham is saying, Naam. Yes. Hunna muslimatun. They are Muslims. Walhamdulillah. And all praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, here comes the comprehension. As we have discussed last time, that Sheikh Abdul Rahim, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on his soul, in this book now he is introducing comprehension, that how much attention we were paying during the lesson, how much did we actually understand, and how much we were actually able to remember that and retain that. So if you were mentally present in the class, you understood the lesson, you can easily tell the answer. Min aina Hisham? Where is Hisham from? Huwa min al-wilayat al-mutahidda, right? Min ayyi madinatin huwa? Where is he from? Los Angeles? Chicago? Texas? Where is he from? Huwa min Washington. He is from Washington. Kam ukhtan lahu? How many sisters has he got? Lahu thalathu akhawatin. He has three sisters. Now, what is coming at the bottom is something we have seen earlier. Once again, it is coming. This is the same thing with a different example. You have a sentence, jalasat at-talibatu. This is a sentence. Now, this ta has got sukoon. At-talibatu, we know this lam is also sukoon. Take jalasat out. How will you say? You will say al-talibatu, and you say at-talibatu. Why we will not pronounce lam? We have done that in level 1, alhamdulillah. Lam al-shamsiya and qamariya. We know all these things, right? That where the lam will be pronounced, where the lam will not be pronounced. Al-qamar, lam is being pronounced. But shams, not pronounced. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Wash-shamsi wal-qamar. In both places, lam is there with the word shams and with the word qamar. But in one place, we say wash-shamsi, we recite like that. And next, wal-qamari. So I hope you remember that. If you don't, then please go back to your lesson 1 notes, and inshallah you will find the details there. So you have jalasat talibatu. Now, how are you going to say jalasat at-talibat? Then you are giving the break. You're not reading it properly. So what's the correct way of reading? Say jalasatit talibatu. So look, when you have sukoon and then you have al, what do? Instead of pronouncing sukoon here, you will make a kasra here. So you don't say jalasat, you say jalasatit talibatu. You see, you have a continuation. You didn't have to break. Jalasatit talibatu. You didn't break. Otherwise, you say jalasat at-talibatu. That was wrong, right? So iltaqai sakinain means meeting of two sukoons. So if the last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word has no vowel sign, in other words, there's a sukoon, then this is how you deal with it. However, it could change for certain words, and that we will see inshallah as we will go along with the course. But this kind of situation where you have taw tanith of the word and next word has got alif and lam, then this is how you will do that. And then put a right or wrong in front of the answer. So answers are given here. This is all once again your retention. Hishamun min Washington. Is it right or wrong? Akhawatuhu muslimatun. Banatuhu lasna bimutazawwijatin. His daughters are not married. Abna'uhu tullabun. His sons are students. Ummuhu laysat bi muslimatin. His mother is not a Muslim. This is correct. Abuhu muslimun. His father is a Muslim. This is incorrect. So all the rights and wrongs are given here. So you just have to do it in your own notebook. Perhaps maybe read it once after the class and just go to the exercise and mark it and see after attending the class, after listening, and once again after revising, how much you were able to actually remember that. So that is it for today. What we have done today, very briefly speaking, we have just done Laisa. What's the meaning of Laisa? What is Laisa? Laisa is a incomplete verb. Laisa means no or is not, depending on how we are using. It is used for negation, of course. Even though it's a verb, it will not have a fa'il, it will not have a doer, it will have something which is called ismu laysa. And why is it called incomplete? Because just by adding fa'il, just by adding doer, it doesn't give you any meaning. And once again, if I say laysa zaidun, zaid is not. It's not giving a meaning. So I need a khabar. Now, if I need a khabar, then fa'il and khabar cannot come together. Khabar comes with what? Khabar comes with mubtada or ism. So Zaid will become ismu laysa, and then we will give some information, some khabar about Zaid. Maybe we say laysa Zaidun maridan, laysa Zaidun taliban, laysa Zaidun tabiban. So this is all we have done. That khabaru laysa will be marfu, sorry, ismu laysa will be marfu and khabaru laysa will be mansub. And we have done loads of exercises, but the chapter is not finished yet. We have exercises to do, but our time is almost finished. So what we will do is next time, inshallah, we will continue with our lesson. But before you go, I just want to tell you something. Look at this. This is an additional information, right? So now you have done everything. So I hope you'll be able to quickly catch that. How many types of pronouns we have? Please, sisters, pay attention. This is very, very important. We have the two big, you will say, headlines for the pronouns: detached pronoun and attached pronoun. This is the detached pronoun, huwa, huma, hum, this. And they sit in the chair of marfu, right? They always sit in the chair of marfu. So done. Is there any detached pronoun which can be majroor or mansoob? I'm not going to answer that. I don't want to confuse you for that. We'll do that in some future classes. For now, just understand we have only learned one type of the detached pronoun, which is marfu. We haven't seen any detached mansoob which could be majroor. Let's leave it to that. So this was detached pronoun. That's not our purpose. I was just trying to show this so that you don't feel, oh, we have seen the other thing as well. What was that? This is the main thing I want to talk about, command attached pronouns. Look, they have got marfu, mansub, and majroor, all three forms available. As I said to you during the course of the lesson today, that we use pronoun just to change the proper noun. So if, for example, Zaid can be marfu in some situations, can be mansub in some sentences, and can be majroor in some sentences. If I change the name of the Zaid just to make it easy and brief with the pronoun, that pronoun should also be able to sit in the chair of mansub, marfu, or majroor as the Zaid is able to sit, right? Otherwise, how will I replace Zaid with the pronoun if I cannot make the pronoun sit in the chair where Zaid is able to sit? So Zaid can be Zaidun, Zaidan, Zaidin. Likewise, when I use who pronoun, this who pronoun I should be able to use for mansub, majroor, and marfu. But the thing is, with this who pronoun, which is coming from this list, what we have seen up to last lessons and before previous levels, this who pronoun, if I want to use for Zaid majroor situation, I want to say his book, I will say kitabuhu. And this who in my example is mudafile, kitabuhu, his book. And mudafile is always majroor. So basically, instead of saying kitabu Zaidin, I'm saying kitabuhu, who replaced the Zaid. And in Arab also, Zaid was majroor because mudafile, who is also majroor because mudafile. Instead, if I would have said that I went to Zaid, and I have given his name before, so I don't want to repeat ذهبت إلى زيد again. I could say ذهبت إليه. So now I could say ذهبت إلى زيد. Now I'm changing Zaidin to a pronoun. I'm making the pronoun sit in the chair of Zaid. What will I say? ذهبت, I went, إليه, to him. So what is the he doing here? He is majroor. Why? Because before that is harf jar. So basically, I simply changed the name proper noun into a pronoun. So now this pronoun is playing the role of majroor. Then if I'm talking about Zaid, I said to you something about Zaid, and then I say, innahu talibun. Indeed, he is a student. I could also say, inna Zaidan talibun. But what I'm doing is, I'm changing Zaid. I don't want to repeat the name. I'm just using the pronoun. So which pronoun I'll use? I'll use the same pronoun who, and I'll say innahu talibun. You getting what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is this: when I want to use the pronoun in the chair of majroor, I will pick the pronoun from this list or this list. They both are same, right? If I want that pronoun to sit in the chair of mansoob, as in the case of inna, I will again pick the pronoun from the same chair. As you can see, the spellings of these pronouns are same. What if I want to if I want to pick a pronoun and make it sit into the chair of marfu, because Zaid in that sentence is sitting in the chair of marfu. Like in today's case, let's say I'm speaking to you about Zaid, and then at some point, I say, Laysa Zaidun Taliban. Zaid is not a student, but now I don't want to use his name. I just want to use a pronoun. What will I say? I'll simply say, Laysa, here, Mustatir, Laysa Taliban. Or to give it a better example, if I want to say, for example, Ana Talibun, I am a student, right? Now I want to change, I want to add Laisa with that. I want to say, I am not a student. Which kind of pronoun I'll choose? For Ana, will I choose this pronoun, this ya, which means my? You see, Kitabi means my book. Ilayya means towards me. Innani means indeed me, or inni means indeed me. This is giving the meaning of me. But can I say Laisi? No, I can't say Laisi. I have to pick the pronoun from this list. I will say lastu bi talibin or lastu taliban. Lastu means I am not. So I will pick the pronoun from this list. Which is this list? This is the list of the pronouns for your ease, inshallah. These are the pronouns which we attach with the verb. So with this, we end the class. I'll give you one more crux, one last time. Attached pronouns can be marfu, can be mansoob, and majroor. When they are mansoob or majroor, you will pick from this list where the cursor is moving, right? And if you want them to sit in the chair of marfu, in the case of laysa, you will pick it from the list of these pronouns which you actually attach with the verb. With this, inshallah, if there's nothing else, we'll end the class. This was some very important slide. I would say this is 50% important of the whole class, the whole lesson. This will play a big role in your future lessons, the slide, what you're looking at here. So if there's nothing else, inshallah, we'll end the class, sisters. Jazakumullah khairan for coming. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.